One of the most beautiful stories, The Sleeping Princess. It is said that a ruler and sovereign lived in a delightful castle in a far-off city, and they governed this city with friendship and harmony. Yet they were disturbed notwithstanding their ownership of cash, gems, and royal residences, as they didn't have a kid that decorated their lives. And on one occasion the sovereign brought forth a wonderful young lady with whom the lord and sovereign celebrated the most. What's more, they chose to hold a major party in her honor, to which every one of the city's occupants would be welcomed. Notwithstanding 7 pixies, who might each wish the princess a decent wish that will definitely materialize later. The 7 pixies found a spot at the table, and the ruler arranged a plate of gold for every one of them. The first of them began wishing that the princess would be pretty much as excellent as a butterfly. The subsequent pixie wished this princess to have a sweet voice like that of a songbird, and the third pixie wished her to play the loveliest music in presence, while the fourth wished to be a great ballet performer, and the fifth said that she wished the princess a positive state of mind that wouldn't be upset by anything, while the sixth pixie wanted her to be cherished by each and every individual who saw her, and when the 7th pixie needed to wish. An old pixie entered the castle wearing a dark cap and dark scarf and conveying a brush in her grasp. Wooden, and she was a pixie who left the realm many years prior, yet she returned furious when she discovered that the lord had not welcomed her to the party. So she needed to get back at him and wanted for the passing of the wonderful princess at 15 years old at the prick of a shaft that would hit her on her finger. The 7 fairies and the old fairy will definitely work out as expected. The queen cried over the destiny of her little girl, yet the 7th fairy had not yet wished, and concluded that her desire is save the princess by making her rest for 100 years. Not to kick the bucket, and this all you can do. The ruler chose to gather all the turning machines and consume them, so his main little girl would be harmed in her finger, and what the pixie wished would occur. At some point, when the princess was 15 years of age, she was meandering around the city a long way from her folks' eyes. At the point when she arrived at its culmination, she saw an elderly person turning fleece on a machine she had never seen. The princess attempted to try different things with the machine until she pricked her finger and felt oblivious to fall into a profound rest. The lord and sovereign realized what had occurred, so they sobbed for quite a while. Yet they had no real option except to pass on this princess to find happiness in the hereafter on a bed enriched with gold for 100 years. While the great pixie proposed to the ruler to hit with her staff the ruler, the sovereign, and every other person in the castle will fall into a profound rest too, so that the princess doesn't freeze and she awakens and is separated from everyone else. The lord and sovereign consented to what the pixie said, and they had no other decision, and it was a couple of moments until the pixie pointed with her stick and everybody fell into a profound rest. While she pointed it once more, and it grew inside the royal residence and around it incredible and alarming hedges. In request to safeguard him during this period, the days passed and there was a ruler from one more realm, who used to avoid his realm to chase. And on one event the sovereign saw this castle and stimulated his interest and chose to enter it, and, surprisingly, more unyielding to enter when his consultant recounted to him the tale of the princess inside this royal residence. And for sure the ruler got his sword and started to cut the climbing trees around, and inside it, notwithstanding the trouble of that. Until he came to inside the royal residence, and saw the scenes that life had halted in it. The sovereign kept strolling until he showed up at the resting princess a long while back. He got down on his knees and cleaned her hair, and she woke up in surprise. Life started all through the castle once more, so the lord and sovereign cheered at the revisitation of life as in the past. Her union with the fearless sovereign.